People fail to realize that this is probably one of G-Shock's most significant releases in 2020. Find out why, and find out the interesting story behind this very particular package. This video is made possible by Dane of the Celine Driver YouTube channel. Dane is one of our loyal supporters, and when I heard he was selling this piece, I quickly contacted him and he sent the watch immediately. However, UPS had a mix-up and sent the package to the wrong address. Dane had to visit the post office twice during the holiday weekend to ensure the package reached our small island. You can hop over to Dane, also known as Mr. Zelo's channel, to watch his review of this G-Shock. Why is Dane also called Mr. Zelos? Because he is the undisputed king of Zelos collections in YouTube. Thank you so much, Dane, for this generously discounted G-Shock. The DWE-5600CC-3 measures in at 48.9 and 43.8 millimeters. The thickness is 13.7 millimeters with a weight of 54 grams. This is pretty much the same profile as most in the 5600 line. What's special with this variant is the translucent and completely new bezel and that carbon core guard inner case, hence why it's called the 5600cc. The DWE-5600 can take a lot of abuse as expected from a member of the G-Shock family. However, I'm willing to imagine that 9 out of 10 of you watching this video are interested in its collectability and design than to actually set it off to work. And a number of interesting features this has in spades. The more we examine this model of the 5600 series, the more we actually learn from G-Shock and what to expect from the brand in the near future. Let's begin with what makes this special. Most limited edition G-Shock come in a very different and premium looking box. The circuit board design that's on the watch is beautifully represented with gold foil accents at the top of the cover. At the time of release, this was priced at $270 and currently you can still get these online for just a tad lower than retail. Inside you get the green circuit camo, pre-configured and fully displayed. Alongside the watch is an extra set of black bezel and straps. Another plastic case holds a very unique set of straps that G-Shock fans would definitely love. On my wrist, this sits just right as one of the smallest full-size G-Shock collection. This compact design is a reason why the 5600 series is so popular. The main feature of this set is the interchangeable system that Casio introduced to the series. The straps of this set is not just off-the-shelf straps, but they also have a print of the module number on it. Some call it cool, many may call it lazy, but it's good to keep in mind that printing on the straps is a G-Shock thing. These straps have quick-release spring bars that's placed in an inlay. While there have been interchangeable straps before, this one also features an interchangeable bezel, a first for G-Shock. You can already buy these as aftermarket parts for the regular 5600. There's even a whole market around these mod parts. But now, finally, G-Shock is releasing their own official pieces. This all-black setup directs much attention to the green display plate, much to the delight of G-Shock purists. On the wrist, it doesn't wear any different from the circuit camo parts. The matted texture does feel softer on the skin. The one configuration I'm really excited about is the fabric strap set. This is one of the few times that a G-Shock sports some leather material. You can see the same circuit board pattern on the fabric side with a wire-style buckle to match the electronic theme. These also have quick-release spring bars for relatively easy strap changing. I say relatively easy because you'd still need a tool to actually access these spring bars. I would have preferred using my own fingers, and here's hoping G-Shock would reconsider. Once accessed, the replacement straps do snap into place better than many other aftermarket parts, so Casio gets an A on their development department there. On the wrist, the comfort is felt very noticeably. The lugs now curve downward better because of the strap's connection point. This eliminates much of the overhang from the 5600 series. This is likely the setup that I'm going to stick with as a personal preference. Behind the strap, you can notice that there are actually slots to reach the spring bars for the resin connectors. With a little tinkering, this actually opens up more dressing opportunities. So I took a Nato and Sailcloth strap from Artem to see if any of these would be a great option. You can use a spring bar tool to release this bar or poke it through the drilled lug holes. I opted to reuse G-Shock's own spring bars because they were rather hefty and thick. On the green Nato, the DWE is now poised to explore the fields and rocky mountain trails of your choosing. Next, I tried to install a sailcloth strap, which I think is a fantastic combo with this G-Shock. Do keep in mind that this lug length is 21mm, so you may need to order these ahead of time since it's not as common as 20 or 22mm. The lug connector also extends the strap significantly, like what you could see in this footage. This is a very versatile 5600 model that every collection should have. But this versatility comes at a price. Let's look back at the conventional 5600 series. We'll be using the Bluetooth version as a comparison watch. For Casio to offer this, they made the 5600 with a new carbon core inner case that creates some glaring compatibility issues. From the outside, the two look near identical from each other. But as soon as we looked at the bezels, we learned how different these two really were. With the swappable feature, the DWE does not have any screws at the lug area. By swapping bezels, we found that they are not compatible with each other. You can likely try and squeeze them on, but the inner structure is just too different to fully push the bezel in. The DWE bezel also does not fit the regular 5600. So it's not backwards compatible, making it clear that G-Shock wants you to support their own parts than go aftermarket. To further emphasize that, let's try and fit the metal kit I bought from AliExpress. Nope. But that's not all. Even the new quick release straps don't fit either. I tried my best to force the bars in to the point of denting the resin lugs. This is because the lug hole placement is more shallow on the new carbon core case. The best way to treat this new release is really as a subcategory of the 5600 series with its own ecosystem of parts. With whatever G-Shock offers with this budding selling point, they started with a big splash. The fabric strap is also luminescent, which adds a cool, relevant touch. That circuit board camo is also translucent with desirable hidden prints that spring to life when light pokes through the resin. Geeky touches, I know, but that's why these playful designs are made for, to please the fans like me. Even if you tell me that its effect is non-existent while on the wrist. With all of those thoughts and remarks working against it, why would I say that this is one of the most important G-Shock releases? 1. This is a good and proper start at customization. Since its release, we saw 2 more sets launched that multiplies the value. They even launched a website that unlocks even more parts to work with. The biggest takeaway really is that G-Shock recognizes and is invested in the customization scene for its watches. G-Shock isn't really reinventing the wheel here. It already offers custom printed models at a corporate or business level. But this time, they're offering at least some of it in your hands and wrist. Casio is actively encouraging you to personalize your G-Shock, and this particular model kicked off that idea to the public. Now for that one member of the public, me, this one holds a special seat in my collection. Thanks, Dane. Thanks for all the effort. Finally, I'm able to make this video. Oh goodness, it took me a while. This is supposed to be like done weeks ago. What happened? Why am I asking you even?
That's a good question, Dad. I don't.
Cut it.